Hey everybody, Drew here with Epic Arms and Outdoors. Today we are going to do a scale swap on my Ontario Rat 2. So I have already swapped the scales on Ariana's, and this is what it looks like. Give it that Stormtrooper look with the white G10 scales and black blade. So got these scales from Way of Knife EDC Gear House, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. But let's go ahead and get started. All you're going to need is a Torx bit with a T8 and T6 bit. Let's flip that around here to disassemble the knife and put the new scales on. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to actually swap that out and get rid of the scales first. So on the Rat 2, you've got 4 on each side, the T6 bits, and then the T8 is going to be for your pivot screw, and then also the T6 for the pocket clip. So we're going to go ahead and take these off right quick. Okay, so we've got those 4 screws out. We're just going to do the exact same thing on the other side here. And on this side, you actually do have to take the pocket clip off of the Rat 2 just because they are recessed into the liners. So go ahead and get these 4 screws out right quick. And then we're going to take those 3 screws out for the pocket clip. And those all 3 basically just come out at the same time. So I'll lay our clip aside. So at this point, we're going to swap out to our T8 and take the pivot screw out. All right, so you kind of want to hold the knife together because it will come apart if you don't. So we're going to take that top scale off, and take that top liner off, take the blade, set that aside, and then we're going to pop the back side of the pivot screw out as well. And set that washer over here, and then going to take that scale off as well. So that is the knife completely disassembled here, and we're going to start on those new scales. After doing Ariana's Rat 2, I found that it was easiest to actually go ahead and put that side of the pivot screw into the scale, and it's got a little flat side. You can see it right here, which when the scale comes on, fits up here on the top. So you can see that little flat spot there. So we're just going to pop that into the scale itself, and it is a pretty tight fit. After a little bit of stubbornness, I decided to shut the video off, and we are back. We've got that left side pivot screw in there now. So we're going to take our left liner and plop that down in there like so. You'll have to kind of adjust where it sits once it does get in there. And you have to be careful with these little standoffs because they will fly off because nothing's holding them in. So at this point, now that we have that side in, I'm going to flip this over and go ahead and set those screws right quick. So we have this side back on. So I'll go ahead and put my washers back in. Slip the blade in there like so. Throw this washer in. The plastic washer goes first, and then your bronze washer. So like so. And obviously this is going to press against the blade, the liner lock there. So we're just going to have to press the pivot area of the blade down. Get our other liner. Place that over top like so. Get that all fitted in, and then grab our other scale. So from here, I actually put the pivot pin back in first, just kind of hold everything in place while I get those last 4 screws in there. So we're going to swap those to the T8. Got our pivot screw back in. It doesn't have to be tight by any means, just you know, just to hold the knife in place while we get those last couple screws in. Now that we've got everything back together minus the pocket clip, we're going to take our pivot screw back out and try to center the knife as best as we can. So the Rat 2s are a little notorious for not having the best blade centering. So we're just going to try to get it as close as possible. And then obviously after I get done fully, we will adjust the detent and centering. So everything is functional at this point. Like I say, the blade centering is way off right now, but I'm going to adjust that after the video. And we'll pop the pocket clip back on right quick and be done. And we are done. So not too bad. Takes a little bit of time getting that back side of the pivot screw in that scale, but once you've got that, you are good to go. And like I say, I will fix that blade centering a little bit as best as I can. But I will leave a link to the Rat 2 as well as the Way of Knife scales for you in the description box below. And if you do purchase a Rat 2 using that link, it does help the channel out a little bit using those affiliate links. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And you guys have an awesome day.